The DVSA's Mod 1 test. The purpose of the Mod 1 is to assess your ability to control a motorcycle. It's performed on a closed test circuit at a DVSA test centre. Regardless of where you do the test, you'll do the same manoeuvres in the same order, essentially on the same circuit. The test's made up of 5 slow speed and 3 high speed exercises. For the slow speed, you've got parking up, manual handling, slalom to a figure of 8, slow and controlled ride, and a U-turn. For the high speed, you've got a controlled stop, an emergency stop, and an avoidance exercise. As soon as you sit on your bike, the test begins. So from this moment till you get off, check your mirrors, do your lifesavers, and get in neutral whenever you stop. Your instructor will ask you to enter the circuit. Slow speed manoeuvres. Your instructor will ask you to park up in one of the parking bays. These are marked out by the green cones. Do your observations as you set off and stop in the bay. No part of the motorcycle should be outside of the coned area. Choose the bay on the right if you can, it'll make the next part easier. When you stop, get in neutral, turn your engine off, put the stand down, then get off and wait for further instruction. Simply walk the bike from where you parked it, facing in, over to the bay at the other end so that the bike's facing out. Put the stand up fully, grab a solid part of your bike, look around, left shoulder, right shoulder. Now start pushing, keep everything upright, keep everything moving. There's no limit to the amount of time or space you can use here. If you need to slow yourself down, use your front brakes. Park it up straight, put the stand down. Happy days. This is probably the hardest of your slow speed manoeuvres. Slalom 5 yellow cones, then go straight into 2 figure of 8s round the 2 blue cones. Get on your bike before you put your stand up, then start your engines. Get in first gear, do your observations, and away you go. Slalom through the 5 yellow cones, doesn't matter which way, then when you reach your blue cones you're into the figure of 8s. Keep your shoulders back, head up, look where you want to go, and use the full width to buy yourself a bit more space. You'll be using your rear brake and feathering your clutch to maintain control. Keep going on your figure of 8s till you get called over. You'll do a minimum of 2, you'll probably actually only do 2, but keep going until you're told otherwise. Once called over, just head over to your examiner, stop and get it into neutral. This part mimics riding slowly in traffic. Basically, you just ride forward at a walking pace, about 4 miles an hour-ish, keeping it all steady using a balance of clutch, accelerator and rear brake. Keep going until you get to the blue cones, stop, get in neutral and wait for further instructions. As always, do your observations before you leave the blue cones. You need to do another lifesaver over your right shoulder before you commit to the turn. Stay over to the left to give yourself the most amount of space to turn in. Look where you want to go, use your rear brake to keep under control, and don't cross the white line or go beyond it. High speed manoeuvres. Each is performed on the same section of circuit. At the far end of the test area is a long sweeping 180-degree curve. The direction of the curve varies from test centre to test centre, but right or left, enter and exit the curve between the red and blue cones. As you go through the red cones, you're onto the straight, where there's a speed camera to get you up to a minimum speed of 32 miles per hour. It's after that you'll cross the yellow cones where you'll perform the exercise. The controlled stop is there to assess your ability to come to a stop in a safe and controlled way. Set off, round the curve, into the straight and head towards the speed camera. Once you're past the yellow cones you can start braking, use both your front and rear brakes, then stop with your front wheel inside the blue cones. Emergency stop. At the curve, stay in second gear and aim for about 20 miles an hour. On the straight, accelerate up to 32 miles an hour for the speed camera. As soon as the examiner raises their hand, stop without locking your wheels, and as you come to a stop, put it in first gear. Now wait for your instructor, who will either tell you to return to the blue cones for the next exercise, or if you didn't make speed, you might be asked to do it once again. In any event, do your observations before you set off. Avoidance. Again, round the curve at 20 miles an hour in second gear. Hit 32 miles an hour for the speed camera. Then, once you pass the yellow cones, swerve through the 2 blue avoidance cones. The test centres mix up the direction of the swerve, so practice left, practice right. Focus on the blue cone that's furthest out, because it's true, you go where you look. You're then asked to leave the test area, but you're still being assessed until you get off your bike, so behave yourself! Be a good boy, young man! The test takes less than 15 minutes from start to finish, and you're taken into the test centre there and then, and given the verdict. You can pass with up to 5 major faults, but you only need 1 major fault to fail. Minor faults can include missed gear changes, minor skids and stalling, and being slightly under speed at the speed camera. Major faults and instant fails come via missing too many observations, putting a foot down, touching a cone, failure to complete a manoeuvre, failure to reach the mandatory speed, an uncontrolled or dangerous skid, failing to stop in the correct place, and taking too long to stop. So you've got to take the test on a bike that matches the licence you're going for. So for an A licence, the bike needs to be at least a 595cc engine with a minimum power of 53.6 brake horsepower. For the A1 licence, it needs to be a minimum of 395cc with an output between 33 and 47 brake. Like any test, it's easy to let the occasion and the pressure get to you. One proven technique is to shift your perspective from looking at it as one big complex challenge and break it down into smaller, more manageable chunks. Essentially just take one manoeuvre at a time. One of the most common faults is simply down to forgetting to do your observations. Just get into the habit of checking your mirrors and doing a lifesaver for every manoeuvre, from the moment you get on your bike to the moment you get off. You won't be able to take the test unless you bring all the necessary paperwork. So that's your valid driving licence, CBT certificate and your theory certificate. It's an instant fail if you forget them, so yeah, don't. Another common fault is not making the mandatory speed for the high speed manoeuvres. Ideally you want to be focused on the circuit and not on your speedo, so before the day of the test, get a feel for what the revs, the vibrations and sounds are all like on your bike at 32 miles an hour. The instructor talks you through each step along the way, but your head's probably full to capacity and you might, as I did, find that after they've explained what you need to do, you heard them speak, but you didn't listen to what they had to say. If there's absolutely anything that you don't understand or you need repeating, just ask. Well, there you go. If you've got a test coming up, good luck to you. Let me know in the comments how you get on. And likewise, if you've got any comments that I didn't cover here that you think might be useful for someone else, you know what to do.
Smash the likes, or Teddy gets it.
Sorry about him. Thanks for watching. Until next time.